Buddy, as the fans settle back into the seats here at Madison Square Garden, the Leafs and the Rangers back to back like old time when it was a 6-team league. There are the numbers for Marcel.
Well, this is a big assignment for Toronto with two veteran defensemen banged up and a rookie goaltender.
You look at Mike Ricker, whose lifetime record against the Maple Leafs: 6 wins, a loss, and 2 ties wearing the Ranger uniform. 1 shutout, a 2.51 goals against, career-wise, against the blue and white. Tonight's game will be refereed by Kerry Fraser, who is working his 1,000th National Hockey League game as a referee. Tonight broke into the league in 1972. Wouldn't you know it would be on Broadway for number 1,000.
Well, referees take as much pride in 1,000 games in this league as any player does, and they are every bit as much athletes as are the players. They just get more abuse, that's all.
That's true. Got to look at Mike Murphy, a homecoming of sorts. He played here, of course. Was an assistant coach here for the past 2 years. And here's Sundin working in on Samuelson, but can't get around the big Ranger defenseman. Cleared up high and out and all the way down. Last touch by a Leaf. We're going to rule that Matt Martin got a chunk of it as Dmitry Yaskevich rounds the net and starts out. Long pass to Wendell Clark. Clark fires one from the point that was blocked. Sundin unable to control it. Leafs can't keep it in the Ranger zone. That's Robitaille with the lead pass. Wayne Gretzky waiting. The late man as Robitaille fires. That ends up in the seats.
Well, one strategy that Coach Coley Campbell is employing already is you're going to see him play off Samuelson and Karpotsov against the Sundin line. And here's Gretzky. I've often wondered, how does a guy who's got 26,000 points get this kind of a break? And he makes one of his patent little moves and gets it to the late man. And the pass always looks like it's not going anywhere. And Samuelson, who played every shift against Lindros here in the 1-1 tie Wednesday, takes away one of Sundin's favorite moves, going to the backhand and cutting in off the wrong wing.
For the Rangers now, it's the Messier line. Mark Messier centering for Kovalev on the right, Graves on the left side. Domi out for the Leafs along with Kirk Muller and Darby Hendrickson. Game just nicely underway at Maple Leaf Gardens. That's Dave Ellett, who's coupled up with Larry Murphy on the Leaf descent. Madison Square Garden. We're on 7th Avenue between 33rd and 34th. We'll get it straight here. Rangers clearing it down the ice. 1:14 seconds is gone as Larry Murphy handles the puck. Graves right in on him. Now Messier puts it in front. Kovalev couldn't get a good shot away, and it's underneath Marcel Cousineau.
Well, you know the Messier-Graves line are going to be heavy-duty on the forecheck, and they've got Kovalev playing on that line. They're one of the best cycling teams in the league, and here's a good example of Graves getting in early on the forecheck. And Graves will finish the forecheck with a body check if you're not careful. Hendrickson tied up Kovalev, and that gave Cousineau a chance to freeze the puck.
It's Adam Graves back at the Ranger bench. They've set out their line of Nemchinov. Noonan on one side. Patrick Flatley, the Toronto native, former New York Islander captain, playing on the other wing. The Leafs shoot it in deep. Craig driving it after it. He's up with Warner and Baker. Ware is on the left side of the Leaf defense, and Hewitt here on the right as the Rangers come to center ice. Noonan across the line. Lost the puck, and it's cleared right back out, but went in offside to begin with.
Well, Coley Campbell starting his 3rd year as the Ranger coach. He played 11 years for 5 different teams, and I had the pleasure of coaching Mr. Campbell in Vancouver, and I can tell you this, he was the ultimate team player, and I'm happy to see him reach another ambition in life, be the Ranger coach. His main ambition is to be the Ranger coach for a lot longer than some people think he should be here in New York. The Ranger home record's 5-6-2. That doesn't sit very well with the fans here.
Nope. But they played very well at home recently. Did not during the month of November when the fans were chanting refund, refund, and couldn't win in 3 games here, Harry. But there isn't a more accommodating individual in this sport than Coley Campbell.
Coley got a nice letter off to Joe Torre, the manager of the Yankees, for staying in the World Series for as long as they did, while his team, the Rangers, and the Knicks were in the tank. And Neil Smith, the general manager of the Rangers, I talked to him today, and he's like the general manager of about 20 teams. He's not sure what his team's like. They're playing quite well now, but they were in the tank for a while earlier, and almost every team in the league, with the exception of Florida and Colorado, have had stretches of being really good and really bad, and that's strange when you get to the 25-game mark.
It's Gilmore with Wendell Clark and Matt Sundin out against the Gretzky unit. Cleared down into the lead zone. Tying up his man, took him down, and the icing call against the New York Rangers.
Well, Mark Messier paid this kid Sundstrom one of the biggest compliments I think you could pay anyone when he said that he should get consideration for the Selke Trophy. He's the best young defensive forward in the league, and he's got 16 points in 28 games. And in 1994, he won the World Junior scoring at the World Junior Tournament and was voted the best forward.
Well, that's high praise for a kid that's only in his second season in the league, isn't it?
Right, coming from Messier, who doesn't throw the compliments around very often, and when he does, everyone listens.
Sundin on this draw against Mark Messier. That's it behind the net. Messier lets him handle the puck as he heads up the far side of the ice. Samuelson waiting here in the left wing corner. Messier decides he better get this thing going. Whoop. Rangers able to recover. Held in by Gilmore. Robertson turns it to the far side of the ice. Overlap with a pass to Messier, was offside at the late blue line.
Well, Messier and Samuelson got kind of fouled up on that play where the center comes in and takes the puck from the defenseman behind the net on the breakout. And Mark Messier cut it a little too short, as you're going to see, and dropped it a little too soon. Now, if he'd have gone right over to the corner, Sundin could not have caught him. So Sundin makes the gamble here, and it nearly pays off. And next time, you're going to see Messier go around much closer to the boards, and that will force Sundin to make a decision. Am I going to stay here with the defenseman, or am I going to take Messier out of the rush?
You never cease to amaze me. You know, you see more in a walk around the block than most people would see in a trip around the world. I mean, well,
I'm going to take that as a compliment, and you throw them around about as often as Messier, so I feel pretty good.
Good. Let's try and keep it that way. I think it's the first of 25 on Global. 0-0. The Leafs at Madison Square Garden this Friday night. Robitaille played across ice. There's number 99 into the corner for Luc Robitaille. Tried to center it to Gretzky, who has it now. Worked it in front. That went off Sundstrom. And the Leafs are able to move it out to center ice. Wendell Clark moving up. That's Sundin behind him, who has it now. Shoots. Up, missed that Ranger net. Skabichin started it, and now backpedals as Gretzky comes out. He's given it to Robitaille. Sundstrom got it into the Leafs zone where Robitaille was down on his knees. The Leafs get it out of there. Leafs setting up here at center ice. He's number 2 for the Rangers. Lose it all, holding it up for Matt Martin. The right wing boards. Doug Gilmore comes to center ice. Gilmore looked to Clark, and the pass is knocked out of the air by the Ranger defenseman. Messier handling it here. Pops it off, boom, right back to Leach. And Leach across the Leaf line. Can't get through the defense. Overlap goes back in the net. Put it out in front. Cousineau can't stop Messier. 1-0 Rangers.
Well, a little bad luck for the Leafs. Steve Ellett played Brian Leach as well as you're going to and made him give the puck up. But then the defensive zone coverage broke down, and Messier was all alone to Cousineau's right and stuck it up and in. As Messier walks through a crowd, and you can see Craig had him and let him go. I don't know whether Craig thought the Leafs were getting possession of the puck and he was starting to get in position for the pass out, or whether he just forgot. You leave a guy like Mark Messier alone within 10 feet of the net, he's going to burn you. Messier's going to change his skates now. Quite often goes through 2-3 pair of skates in one game.
Goal is at the 3:46 mark of the opening period. 1-0 New York Rangers. Ellett tied up back of the Leaf goal. Rangers right back on the puck. That's Patrick Flatley. He is checked. Domi moves it up the boards. Didn't get it to Muller in time. The Rangers recovered and lost it as Larry Murphy drops it deep for Dave Ellett. Ellett Far side, the Leafs give it away, but then Reardon able to recover. Muller is across the Ranger line. Gets knocked down, and the puck will be cleared out here with a long pass. Facing it down the left wing side here is Gano, the youngster who got off to such a great start this year, only to tail off recently. Rangers unable to regain control in the Leaf zone. So Domi, a former Ranger, plays it deep into the New York zone. The Leafs change up.
You mentioned Gano. He had 8 goals in the first 15 games, and he's only had 1 in the last 13. One of the hurdles a rookie has to pass. Once you get your name on the opposing blackboard before the game, can you put up with the tension that you've earned?
Here's another rookie. This one for the Leafs. Modine dropping the puck off. It's fired in front and turned aside by Richter. Modine battling in the corner. He and Bruce Driver. The Rangers able to clear it out and all the way down. This will be an icing call as it's touched up. Just over 5 minutes played in the first period. 1-0 Rangers on Molson Leaf Hockey.
Mark Messier scored his 10th goal in the last 9 games plus 5 minutes, and there it is right there. All alone, plenty of time to concentrate on putting it up over Cousineau.
He's only been blanked in 12 games thus far in the season, Messier, and when he has been blanked or not in the lineup, the Rangers don't do very much. 1 win. There's a drive that didn't get through to the front of the net and comes all the way back to Yashkevich for a shot. That skipped wide at a deflection. Rangers over to try and clear it out of there as Nicholas Sundstrom got it to the Leaf line. Yashkevich back, played it up off the boards into the Rangers zone. All Samuelsson handling it here. Samuelsson teamed up on their defense with Karpatsev. Gretzky got the puck up ahead of Robitaille. Off Cousineau's stick and out of play. 14:04 left in the opening period. There's number 99.
Well, over the years, we've shown you 2 or 3 million great offensive plays by this guy, Wayne Gretzky. But we're going to show you an excellent defensive play here. The defensive center, Gretzky's got to take Sundin after the faceoff. Let's watch and see what happens. Here's a better look at it. Loses the draw. Look what Gretzky does. Ties up Sundin, and had he not, the Leafs probably would have scored. That's a nice reminder by an offensive star that you got to play without the puck if you're going to be a good one in this league. And he took a goal away from Sundin.
A lot of the writers, the media here at Madison Square Garden today talking about the Maple Leafs number 13. What's the difference?
Oozing with confidence, 15 or 13 pounds heavier and much stronger as he went on a weight training program in the summer. That's Mike Craig firing one that just missed Richter's net. Dave Ellen deep, back in the net to Craig. Craig tied up on the end boards. Continuing to battle Driver. Now the Rangers able to clear it out, and Ellen takes over again at center ice. Leafs able to get it deep in the Rangers zone. But in the center ice area, the play is broken up. Driver got back to clear it. 1-0 Rangers, and a goal by Mark Messier, and a shoot in here comes off the boards, and Graves fired one all the way back to the point and outside the zone before the Rangers are able to recover. Driver to Messier. Up the right wing boards, a little too far for Flatley, who reached for the pass, but saved off Graves, and it's turned aside by Cousineau. Adam Graves unable to get it out in front. There's Flatley for the Rangers. Dropped it off in the corner. Mike Craig to pick it up for the Leafs. Using the boards. Got it out to Wendell Clark. Gilmore up the left wing side to take the pass. 3 Rangers back, and Clark up ahead of the play as the Leafs shot it in offside. The goal by Messier was at the 3:46 mark of this opening period. The New York Rangers lead the Leafs 1-0. Gilmore on that draw at the Ranger line. Ranger defense moving it back and forth. Karpatsev cleared it high in the air and bounces. Maybe Hillard over, took the man. Now the Leafs trying to regain control of the puck, but they're not able to do so. Backhanded wide. Flatley, Nemchinov on his forward line along with Brian Noonan. Puck came to the line, outside the line, and shot back in. They call that deliberate? No. Well, Cousineau had to put up with this Ranger whirling dervish in the offensive zone, and the attempted wraparound by Nemchinov right here. And Cousineau got too far back in the net. Was lucky that Nemchinov never did get the puck out in front of the goal another step. That's a very difficult play for a goalie. When the guy gets around the corner, he's got you at his mercy. You need help from your defenseman then on those attempted wraparounds.
And a look at Felix Potvin in the backup role tonight to Marcel Cousineau. Rangers have shot it in. That's Gretzky on the far wing, unable to center it cleanly, but he's got it again. And Gretzky playing in this line with Gano. Back of the net, and he hides off and scores! Bill Berg.
Bill Berg had missed 8 games coming into tonight with a groin injury, and the former Leaf puts the Rangers up 2-0. Langdon, Gretzky, and Berg, the fourth line for the Rangers. Langdon fights off the Leaf, the player, and the puck comes out to Bill Berg, and Bill Berg snaps it away in a hurry. Muller can't handle Langdon, and then Gretzky threads the eye of the needle like we've seen him do many, many times, and Berg puts it behind Cousineau. And here's a fight at center ice. Langdon from Deer Lake, Newfoundland, and Domi, pound for pound, the toughest player in the league in this department.
And a former Ranger fan favorite when he was here.
He wondered how the Ranger fans were going to take him. This is the first game since he dropped Samuelsson and got the 8-game suspension that he's played the Rangers back here in New York.
And all of this 8 minutes into the opening period as the two linesmen, Shampoo and Gauthier, try to get them pulled apart. But Bill Berg with his first goal of the season as the Rangers up 2-0 over the Maple Leafs.
Well, Domi was a favorite here at Madison Square Garden when he wore the Ranger uniform. And he's not getting the Broadway boos I thought he would. I think he's still got a little popularity going here.
I kind of think so. Major penalties to Langdon and Domi for fighting at the 8-minute mark. Gretzky and Langdon, as you see, assisting on Bill Berg's goal.
There's Bill telling Flatley how he put it up. He had to turn the puck over to get it up and get it in. There's Muller losing the battle to Langdon. Nobody has got Bill Berg, as Ware should have looked around. There were only 3 Rangers inside the circle and got to Berg before he got the pass because he couldn't get there fast enough after. You know, when you're a defenseman and you see 2 of your players tangled up with 2 of theirs, you have to trust your teammates. You hunt for the 3rd guy because he's somewhere and probably in a scoring area. And if you wait till the pass comes, sometimes you can't get to him.
Now Fred Modine has joined Kirk Muller on the right side of this forward line for the Leafs. Darby Hendrickson on the left side. It's Mark Messier on the draw for the Rangers. It went right back to Richter, who's worked it across for Leafs. Muller in deep forechecking, a 1-2-2 thrown up by the Leafs. The Rangers don't get through center ice until now when Leach picked it up and steps over the line. Look out. Leach can't get a shot away. Now he puts it in front. Cousineau makes a big stop there. Rangers trying to center it out. Flatley in front. They didn't get it to him in time. Leach covering the left point. Boom on the right. The puck comes back toward the line, but is intercepted by Modine. He is unable to spring Darby Hendrickson. Muller had it in his skates. Now it's Modine. Modine around one check, trying to pick up the puck. Tumbled to the ice courtesy of Boom. And the Rangers give it away. Here's Muller. Close range. Can't beat Richter. Tries another one. Blocked. Another shot. They score! Fred Modine.
Well, some good work in front of the net to recover a puck 2 or 3 different times. No one in white knocked any blue shirt over, and Modine finally put it in on about the 3rd or 4th shot. Muller makes a good attempt to score here in the wraparound. He gets another chance to the right of Richter, and then all alone at the top of the crease, Frederick Modine puts it in for his 2nd goal and his 3rd point in the last 6 games.
The goal scored at the 8:53 mark. Frederick Modine.
That's a big goal for the Leafs. Confidence is not very strong on the road, as we know, and to have the Rangers go up 3-0 could have been devastating. But let's see how they handle the fact that they're back in this game.
Now the Baker line With Craig and Warner on the wings, out for the Leafs, but they've been charged with having iced the puck. We're nearing the midway point of the first period. It's 2-1 Rangers as you look at young Modine.
Last year, the New York Rangers had a really in-and-out team. They tied the franchise record with 24 consecutive home games without a loss. And they were 1 game short of the team record of 10 consecutive home games without a win.
Wow.
That'll put a coach in the graveyard faster than anything else I know.
And Santina Leframbois, Brit, shopped at Dominion using a savings card and automatically entered and traveled the world. Congratulations, you won a computer courtesy of Packard Bell. Nice first prize right out of the box tonight. Modine's goal, huh? Leafs trying to move the puck up. That's Nemchinov. Dug it loose, flatly unable to center it. Warner couldn't move it for the Leafs. And puck back into that is Nemchinov. Jeff Ware for the Leafs, trying to free it up. It is loose. What a battle to get to it. The Rangers forechecking well in the Leafs zone. Now it's cleared, but not out of there. Rangers moving it off the boards, and then a shot from the slot sailed wide of the net. Coming off Noonan's stick, here's Craig. Flatley goes over. Warner for the Leafs. Again, trying to get it up the boards. A drive from the point turned aside. Lidster and Driver, the defense pair. That was Lidster who had fired it, and now Driver can't recover. Lidster hustles back, and the Leafs go for a player change. Rangers in the Leafs zone for a long time. New York to be called here for having shot it in from their own side of center ice. Routine offside, or icing, excuse me. Just under 10 minutes to play as we check in with our Jim Taddy.
Thank you very much, Jigs. We're standing by with Jamie McCown, one of 2 injured Leafs tonight. Jamie, tell us about your injury.
Well, I guess there's not really much to tell. I got hurt almost 3 weeks ago. I got run into the boards and the door opened up and I bruised my ribs. And unfortunately, over the last couple of games, it's aggravated it again. And I think it's just at this point, we just need to take a couple days off.
Now, when will you be back? Will you be back sometime in the next 3 hockey games after tonight's?
Well, I hope so. I'm not too sure about tomorrow's game, but I'm hoping to be ready for Monday or Tuesday.
All right, Jamie, thanks very much for your time. Now let's go back upstairs to Jigs and Harry.
Thanks, Jim. Wayne Gretzky facing off against Matt Sundin. Rangers controlling the puck. Offensive around to the far side. And moved out of there by Sundstrom. This is Samuelsson for the Rangers. Driving on Murphy, and then he shot it well wide of the net. Will Clark plays it back in the goal, and Gretzky had read it well. Out in front, long shot by Sundstrom. Gretzky scores!
While the defensive zone coverage for the Leafs has cost them 2 of the 3 goals, or the lack of it. They had as many players back as did the Rangers. Gretzky jumps behind the net, makes the pass out, and then you can see right there that he's allowed to go to the net after the pass. And Larry Murphy had him, made him pass it, then let him go and kind of chase the pass. When he looked around, Gretzky had the return pass, and it was in.
57 goals in 57 games against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh, yeah, that's not all. 84 assists as well. 136 points in those 57 games. And this is just the beginning of the 57. It's 3-1 Rangers. Samuelsson has shot it in. Offhand, left it back of the net. He's trying to come up the right wing, now into the middle for Clark. 3 Rangers back. Wendell Clark had his pocket picked by Sundstrom. Sundstrom to Robitaille. 1 man back. Robitaille leans into a shot that stayed high and wide. Gretzky wheels it out in front. There's Matt Sundin. On to Wendell Clark. And again, 3 Rangers back. Clark to the line and offside. Sundin had to lift his skate, trying to stay onside, and it didn't work. 3-1 Rangers on Molson Leaf Hockey.
Many amazing statistics about Wayne Gretzky, but how about this one? He's 132 assists short of being the all-time scorer in National League history using his assists only.
Wow. What could you say about him that hasn't been said so many times?
Every time you hunt through the record book, you find one that startles you, and he's got about 10 or 12 of those startling records.
Living here in Manhattan. Family here and enjoying it. Even Patrick Flatley told me that he's enjoying the big city. Moved in off Long Island. Go around Madison Avenue, he said. It's kind of neat. Just over 8 minutes remaining in this opening period. Harvey Hendrickson got the puck to the side of the net where Muller turned away on Leach to recover. Centered, and that's knocked away. Went off Messier's skate, and over goes Brian Leach. Messier fed it cross ice. Renault to the late line, but his pass was behind Messier and controlled now by Hendrickson. Hendrickson has shot it in. Baker into forecheck. Rangers recover, and Messier almost gave it away. That's Warner with a shot that missed the net. Rangers start out of the zone. 3 Leafs get back. 3 Rangers move up. Messier with a long pass. And then deck to the play was Flatley, and the Leafs start out. Jamie Baker through center ice. Warner on the left side takes the pass. Can't cut in around the defense. Good play. Turned in by Doug Lidster. Lidster to the Leaf line. Got the defense back in and then shot it in deep. Rangers will go for a player change. Flatley gets to a loose puck. Cousineau to save. A jam up. The net is off and play called. Just over 7 minutes remaining in the first period at Madison Square Garden.
With great prices and Canadian Tire money, you won't just save, you'll score. Canadian Tire, everyday low prices made better.
Well, one of the strategies of the Rangers is to go to the net without the puck, and you can see Nemchinov doing it right there. And Flatley continues, and he gets another opportunity. It's been a nice pickup for the Rangers. Flatley, 4 points in his last 5 games. This is his 14th NHL season, and against Toronto in 27 career games, 26 points.
And that big night, remember his very first game ever in Maple Leaf Gardens. The Islanders had come in from Winnipeg where LaFontaine had starred, coming back from the Olympics. And the next night was Flatley's night.
How many points?
4, I believe. All of them goals, if I recall correctly. Fairchild with Sundin, and they go offside at the Leaf blue line.
Well, what else can you say about Matt Sundin? He's on the 114-point pace if he continues at the rate he's been going, and he's been in on 47.4% of the Toronto Maple Leaf goals. Now he's enjoying a 10-game point streak, 15 points in those 10 games. And in 92-93, he had a 30-game point streak. Remember that year he had for Quebec.
Right now, the 10 games is the current longest streak in the league. He's on the right. Gilmore is in the middle. Clark on the left side. It's Wayne Gretzky's unit out for the New York Rangers. That is Robitaille on the left and Sundstrom over on the right. Doug Gilmore shooting the puck in. Richter went out to handle it. He and Samuelson got crossed up, and the Leafs are going to regain control, but the shot is blocked in front of the net as Samuelson recovered and fed it to Gretzky. Pass to Sundstrom didn't materialize. Now Robitaille has shot it in offside, and there's no further play. Luc Robitaille took karate lessons in the offseason, Harry. Said it made him quicker. Hand-eye coordination did a lot of good for him.
Well, he's averaged 44 goals for the last 8 years. Last year, 23. This year, 8 in 28 games. So I'm not so sure that that karate lesson has given him. I wouldn't want to fight with him now, but he's gone south in the goal scoring department for some reason. One of the reasons is the Rangers have 2 big time lines, and so he's used to playing on a team where he played every power play, played with the best center, and played probably 25 minutes. He doesn't get that kind of time here.
Now here's Pat Sundin rounding the net. Centered and went through the skates of Samuelson. The first penalty of the game other than the fight between Domi and Langdon is coming up here. It's against the New York Rangers. Leafs get Cousineau to the bench for the extra man. Sundin has given it to Murphy. So 6 attackers out now for Toronto. Larry Murphy. Gilmore gave it to Sundin for a shoot-in. That'll get the face-off deep in the Ranger end at least, with 5:39 to play in this first period. First power play of the night to unfold as Samuelson looks around.
Pretending he doesn't know that he's got the penalty, but it's Luc Robitaille that's going into the box. If you want to correlate between why the Rangers win and why they don't, look at their penalty killing. It's Fairchild that gets tripped there. I think Samuelson's a guilty party. In the 10 wins they've got, they've allowed 3 power play goals against in 45 times short. In the 5 ties, 1 power play goal against in 22 times short. In their 13 losses, 16 power play goals against them in 54 chances. So if you had to point your finger at one thing, it's the Rangers penalty killing that's been the barometer of their success.
Well, we'll see how the Leafs power play, ranked 20th in the league, works here. They think it's in. Arms up in the air, but Gary Fraser is over, saying nope.
He's right on the line, Mr. Fraser. This is a big game for him, and he's going to try and make his 1000th game his best game, and he's patrolling the goal line to the right of Richter and gets a great view of this. The puck did get behind Richter, but it never got very close to the goal line. Craig throwing his hands up in that hope gesture. Sometimes it's for a goal, and sometimes you hope you got one.
Well, it didn't work on this occasion. SCA to take the draw for the Rangers. That's Kirk Muller for the Leafs. SCA pulled the puck back, and Leach has given it to Jeff Bukaboom. Up the boards, but not out. Jamie Heward works it in deep. Recycling it back to the net. Craig stepped into Bukaboom. Heward handling it. He and Murphy on the points as Muller works out of the corner. Got it away from Leach. Long shot didn't get to the net. And then it's cleared and on into the seats as Craig had that opportunity.
Now, if you add another stat to the penalty killing prowess of the Rangers, factor in 5 shorthanded goals. Penalty killing has been probably their strongest single team statistic this young season. One of the disturbing signals is they've only won 1 game out of 12 against teams in their own division.
Yeah, that's got to be worrisome to the brass here.
Brian Leach in the last 3 years plus this year, 242 consecutive games. Well, pretty good record considering for a couple of years there he was badly hurt 2 or 3 different times. Broke his leg in Toronto one night, as I recall.
See where this face-off is. The puck came back to Heward at the left side. Leafs trailing by 2 as Clark tried to make the play. Gilmore has dropped it to Murphy, then to Heward. Heward's long shot up high, sailed wide. Gilmore jumps to the puck. Can't get it to Murphy as Messier tipped that pass, and Murphy hustles back here. Now to Gilmore over the Ranger line, set up Sundin, but it bounced off his stick. That's Sundin to Gilmore back in the net, but Samuelson is there. Gilmore pushed him off the puck. It went to Sundin to Gilmore. A wrap around backhander style didn't work. Gilmore looks to Sundin. He likes to hold on to it. Gave it to Murphy at the point. Into Gilmore. Through traffic to Heward, whose shot didn't get to the net, and the Rangers have cleared it out. 37 seconds remaining in the penalty time against Luc Robitaille of the Rangers. And the Leafs now 32 seconds to work on this power play to try and get within a goal. Wendell Clark through center ice. Has cut to the left side before shooting it in. High off the glass. And it's Leach out. Up the boards. Didn't have a Ranger on that side of the ice. Gilmore is out in front as Clark dishes it back to Sundin. To the point for Heward. Across to Murphy. Rink wide. And then right back to Heward, who couldn't keep it in the Ranger zone. It's offside. 8 seconds remaining in Robitaille's tripping penalty.
And if the Rangers manage to kill it off for another 8 seconds, and it looks like they will, it will be 21 straight penalties successfully killed against them.
Leafs changing up as you see. Larry Murphy back on the bench. Yushkevich has come out. Jeff Ware will be the other Leaf defenseman. Oh, excuse me, make it Matt Martin on the left side of the Leaf defense. Ty Domi is on right wing here with Muller in the middle taking that draw. Muller kicks it back of the Ranger net. There's Domi. Ty Domi bumped and knocked down by Wayne Gretzky. Bukaboom and Domi battle on the boards as Muller looks to center. Does the score! Right up the slot is Darby Hendrickson. Leafs have cut it to a goal difference.
Well, the Rangers looked like they had done a good job on the defensive zone coverage, and then the next thing you know, there's a turnover, and Darby Hendrickson comes right down the middle. So Domi and Bukaboom fought for the puck behind the Ranger net. Hendrickson's in good shape. Muller gets it, and Hendrickson comes right down the middle. Nobody took him. You wonder how many Rangers had their back turned to Hendrickson, and then when they turned around, this is what they saw. Hendrickson's back.
Darby at 16:30 of this opening period. Out for the Leafs, Jamie Baker with Warner and Craig. Skavich and Ellett. Martin on defense it is. Richter decides to cover the puck here, and we'll get a face-off deep in the Ranger zone now. So at Madison Square Garden on Molson Leaf Hockey, it's 3-2 Rangers over the Leafs. Darby Hendrickson's third goal of the season with assist to Domi and Muller at 16:30, and we'll keep it in the family with our Travel of the World contest. Bethany McDonald of North Bay electronically entered by shopping using the savings card at AMP, and as a result, Bethany has won a ceramic top cooking range courtesy of Whirlpool.
Well, that's 3 goals in not quite 14 games for Hendrickson. He's been a nice addition since being reacquired from the Islanders.
He has. Muller and Domi in the assists, and there's Gilmore dropping the puck for Larry Murphy. Chinoff up to forecheck. Murphy using the boards. It didn't get to Sundin cleanly. Sergei Nemchinov on the man moving up and flatly shot it high and wide. Centered across by Bill Berg. There's Flatley. Flatley who works the board so well, and now Gilmore gets back. It's turned over. A hard shot handled by Cousineau, and there's no further play. Here's what's ahead on our first intermission tonight. Jim Taddy will be talking with number 99, Wayne Gretzky. A feature on Leafs general manager Cliff Fletcher, and we'll take a look at the rest of the action around the National Hockey League this Friday night and the Bell Hockey Memories as part of our first intermission. Fans get an opportunity to talk about favorite Leaf memories. So many about this. I guess Walter will be at the game tomorrow night. In all likelihood, Harry?
I would expect he would. He doesn't miss many of Wayne's games in Toronto, and Wayne usually puts a good show on for him, as he does, as you mentioned his statistics against Toronto.
Back to back. The Leafs and the Rangers just the way it used to be, although it's Friday, Saturday instead of Saturday, Sunday. Matt Martin moving the puck up. Stays in the Leaf zone, and now it's popped loose for Mike Craig, who dropped it back. Gavich got it no further than center ice, and here's Messier carrying it back into his own zone. Overlap to Messier. Away from the check, crisscrossing here with Graves. 2 Leafs back as Messier held it, set up Graves. Cousineau, pad save, an off-balance shot by Adam Graves.
Adam Graves, one of the better forwards in the league, at going to the net after he passes it, and Matt Martin did a pretty good job here. Had he been a little softer, this puck probably would have been in. The old Alabama crisscross by Messier and Graves going to the net was well handled by Yuskevich, who stayed with Messier, and Martin, who made sure Graves couldn't go without a problem. A great opportunity for guys like Martin and Ware and Heward to really show the Leaf brass that they can play against a good team on a regular basis.
Brian Leach with a shot that sailed wide of the net. Eric Muller finds Hendrickson over in the left side, but Kovalev is on him. Leafs able to move it out of there. Domi picks up a loose puck at center ice after a good job by Muller. And Richter, a little shaky in that stop off Hendrickson's drive. Here's Mark Messier, 3-on-3 as he comes to center ice. Played it in off Kovalev. Cousineau out of the net, played it to the corner, but it bounced away from the Rangers. And Graves is able to recover. Leach had started in, but the Leafs move out. Ty Domi down right wing. Got it in deep. Toronto in the middle of a player change. Bukaboom looks up ice, decided to give it to Leach. Leach with an outlet to Robitaille. Long pass, finding its way to Messier. Trying to get the play back onside. A splendid job of handling it. And Sundstrom is checked.
Let's go!
Messier is going to leave, and out comes Wayne Gretzky. This is Sundin back into his own territory. Ellett takes it in the far corner. Gabe Ellett, there's the zone. It's going down into the Ranger end, but not far enough for icing as Samuelson goes back. Minute and 7 seconds remaining in the opening period. It's a 3-2 game, favor of the Rangers. Robitaille with a shoot in. That bounces to Gretzky and wheeled it to the side of the net. Cousineau has dropped it off. Larry Murphy to clear it out. Sundin had a bounce over his stick, but right to Clark. Wendell Clark to Matt Sundin, who couldn't pick it up. The Rangers trying to come up the left wing boards, but Robitaille has 3 Leafs around him. Wendell Clark knocked the puck away, and there's Samuelson. Holt over center ice. Shoot in. Cousineau way over the net to handle it again, and again the Leafs try to come to the right wing side. Gilmore clears it out to center ice. Through Stryber. On to Gretzky. Into the Leaf zone, but checked nicely. Rangers waiting to get the play back on side. Try a hard shoot in by Driver that goes all the way around to the far wing. Baker help able to clear it out. Final 6 seconds of the period tick down. Rangers had themselves a 2-0 lead twice in the period, and twice the Leafs have come back to cut it. So we're at the end of the first period. 3-2. Rangers leading the Toronto Maple Leafs. Pretty good action in the opening period. Let's go to a global news update with James.
You say you're ready to play in the big league? Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey, only for Nintendo 64, puts you right on the ice with real NHL teams. Spectacular Nintendo 64 3D action, speed, wild camera angles. The exclusive N64 controller puts 3D power in your hands. Up to 4 can play. If you want to play in the NHL, make your dreams come true with Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey, available only on Nintendo 64. Change the system.
And they have been the surprise to me that offensively that they're playing as well. Nothing against the 3 of them, but most of them have had defensive assignments for most of this year, with the exception of possibly Muller, who's got 2 points.
Well, the Leafs with the puck at center ice. Unable to get into the Rangers zone. A long lead pass. Here's Messier right in. Stopped by Cousineau. Larry Murphy with Graves on him. Gilmore waiting for the puck to come loose, as it does now. Doug Gilmore gets the Leafs out of there. Fires one hard from center, and around the glass it goes. Wendell Clark headed in front. Nobody there in a blue uniform. Harpitsev for the Rangers. Up ahead to Messier, who steps over the line. Ellis couldn't knock it off his stick. There's a hard shot turned aside, and Cousineau dives on it after Kovalev had been set up beautifully.
Mark Messier gave us another example of his signature move. Down the wrong wing, up on 1 foot, and this time didn't slide it along the ice. Made a fake shot, hoping Cousineau would either go down or open up the 5-hole. Cousineau didn't, and he thwarted Mark Messier's favorite move.
Now the Rangers setting up at center ice. Brian Leetch got it into the Leaf zone, and Hendrickson plays it back a little bit. Gabich moved it out. Rangers have shot it back in. Matt Martin to the line. A takedown of the Leafs defenseman Yushkevich, and an interference penalty signaled by referee Kerry Fraser. Luc Robitaille promptly to the penalty box.
Ever since Luke took those karate lessons, he's turned into a bit of a villain, I've noticed. This is the 2nd penalty he's taken tonight. And the Leafs get a chance to go on the power play.
You see that hockey stick he's got there?
Yes.
That's another thing he did, Harry. He gave up a $150,000 deal to use a certain brand of hockey stick. Said, no more. I'm going back to Sherwood. Thank you very much.
Well, there's the play right there. No, that isn't a penalty. It's coming up. And he, a dumb penalty. Coley Campbell told me this summer when I talked to him that they took too many stupid penalties like that one last year. They had 11 players with over 80 minutes in the penalty box, the most of any team in the NHL. They've improved in that area this year. They have taken the 6th most penalties rather than the most. And the selfish ones or the foolish ones are always harder to kill off.
Well, the Leafs are trying to make them pay the price with Sundin, Clark, and Gilmore up front on the power play. Hewitt and Murphy on defense, but Graves out killing it here with Messier. The Rangers control it with a long shot down the ice to be handled by Cousineau. Messier in quickly. Right to Murphy and forced him to shoot it out.
Here, one change Colin Campbell's made this year is that we haven't seen lately, and we haven't seen it in this game or for the past few, Wayne Gretzky on the penalty killing crew. And for many years, that's been part of his job. But that little assignment's been taken away from him this year. And I'm sure Campbell's trying to make sure he's as fresh as he can be for as long as the season goes.
Kovalev and Sundstrom are the forwards on the penalty kill now as the lead shot was tipped wide of the net. Kovalev bring it out. Sundstrom with them as they press cross at the blue line. Kovalev, a very creative player. Very few know what he's going to do. Only he has some idea of where he's going to go with it.
Sometimes he doesn't know, so that even makes him more creative.
Yes. Here's Todd Warner across the Ranger line. Dropped it off. Sundin to the front of the net where Richter blocked it. Big rebound. Murphy has knocked it down. Muller can't jam it in, and Richter sprawling outside the goal mouth to cover that.
Well, I think Richter's looked a little awkward tonight. He made a great stop there with his hand when it looked like the Leafs are going to get a rebound. But he gave a big fat rebound there. That's not like Richter when he's on his game. Look at this stopper coming up right here, though. That's one of those World Cup babies. Remember that? The best goaltending I've seen in a long time.
And Mr. Pickering, Ontario, is his backup goaltender, Glenn Healy.
Can you imagine he's got the 6th best goals against average right now in the National League, and he's won 1 game out of the 8 he's played.
Yeah, no support. Given up only 19 goals in the 9 games he's played, but Richter has been hot recently, and they're going to go with him.
And your buddy Healy was put into the Western Michigan University Hockey Hall of Fame this year in November. And quite an honor.
Deservedly so. Richter ready for a face-off to his left. Kirk Muller leans in to take the draw against Messier, who pulled the puck back for Bookeboom. Off the boards. Murphy able to knock it down, then it was knocked away from him by Messier. Craig with 25 seconds left in this lead power play. Muller trying to get around Graves. Handed it deep into the Rangers zone. Richter turns it to this side of the ice, back toward Ellett. Dave Ellett with a shot. That changed direction. Warner home in front of Bookeboom, but the Rangers are able to clear it out. This will kill off the penalty to Robitaille. Leafs are 0 for 2. The Rangers have not had a power play opportunity thus far, and they lead the Maple Leafs 3-2 at Madison Square Garden. Leafs have shot it in and start to change up here. He's trying to decide which direction to come out. That's Driver waiting back of the net. Or excuse me, Lidster. Messier gave it right back to Doug Lidster. Then to Driver. There's Driver to Lidster. Shoot in, bouncing off the skates of the Leaf defenseman Yuskevich and cleared out by Matt Martin. As Carroll dropped it back in. And they can't get it back to him as Yuskevich's pass went astray. Here's Matt Martin. Up the middle to Ty Domi. 2 Rangers back. Domi pulling to the left side, pulled up and then can't play it around. The defensive work of Lidster. Patrick Flatley left the puck at the Leaf blue line, moving in deeper with it. And Chinoff gets out in front of the net. Never did get a shot away, and the Leafs clear it out. Lidster will go back. Fairchild into forecheck. Lidster up to Flatley. Got hit solidly by Domi, and Flatley's stick ended up in the seats. Puck in the meantime is in the Leafs zone and cleared out here for Modine. He's across the Ranger line. Modine dropped it off. There's a shot that just missed the net. Hard drive by Domi, and now Dave Ellett. Angled up along the boards here with Gretzky, allowing Lidster to move it out. Leafs bank one off the boards. Comes back into the Toronto zone for Doug Gilmour. Gilmour looking for somebody. Found Modine, but the pass was up in the air, so Lidster handles it. Bank one off the boards. Sundstrom did get it out of the zone, and here's Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky to the Leaf line, in and out of traffic. The puck goes in deeper, and there's Samuelson. Down to trying to get it around to Gretzky. Instead it hit the side of the Leaf net. Now Gretzky parked in his office. Able to center it. When it did come out, the Leafs take it away. Frederick Modine, who has a goal for the Leafs in this game. Sundin is across the line. Murphy follows. The pass ends up in the near corner, and the Rangers jump on the loose puck. Sundstrom carrying it through center ice. Gretzky with him has taken the pass here. Back to Sundstrom, who turned and couldn't get a shot away. This is Modine. He shoots it in right at the end of a long shift. Mike Murphy getting fresh legs out there. Rangers have cleared the puck out of play up behind the penalty box. 14:24 remaining in the second period on Molson Leaf Hockey. Global is at Madison Square Garden, Manhattan. A big city this Friday night. I'm James McDonald with Harry Neal. Jim Taddy with us as well. 3-2, Rangers leading. Ryan Leach starting from deep in his own zone. Forced back in the net by Warner. Leach cut it off. Bukaboom on to Messier's stick, and then a long cross-ice pass wanted in by Graves. Dmitry Yushkevich has hustled back. Graves took it away from him. Graves out to Kovalev, who could do nothing with it. Warner got it to center ice. Moving up is Jimmy Baker. Jamie Baker across the line. Fires off the shin pads of the defenseman Bukaboom. Mark Messier across the late line. Centers one. A drive and score. Adam Graves.
One of the no-nos against the New York Rangers is turning the puck over as you're heading over their blue line. The shot by Baker was blocked. The Rangers come back flying. What a pass by Messier to Graves, who's pouring down the left wing. And Graves, before Cousineau could get halfway across the net, puts it in. Messier sees Graves, throws the pass right on the tape, and it's in the net. 4-2 Rangers. The turnover going into the Ranger end gave the opportunity that Messier and Graves converted the goal on.
Adam Graves with his 10th of the season at 6:14 of the second period. 3 times now the Rangers have had a 2-goal lead over the Maple Leafs. See now if the Leafs can battle back as they have on 2 other occasions in the first period tonight. Hendrickson unable to get it out of the zone. Lidster has held it in. Back to the blue line. The shot off the stick, and very slowly the Cousineau was able to cover.
Well, Adam Graves, who had an off year by his standards last year in the goal-scoring department, gets his 10th goal of this season. 8 of the 10 have been away from Madison Square Garden. And the Graves, Messier, and whoever they play on the wing line has had a good night and have had a real good season. Here's Messier's rush. Matt Martin made a good play getting Messier to go wide. The other defenseman made a pretty good play in taking Leach, who was in on the rush, but nobody took Graves.
Messier in his 18th season as is Wayne Gretzky. Rangers right back in. Cousineau has been knocked out as Ware took his man into the goaltender. Cousineau just back up on his skates. And his bell rung, remember, in the game at Maple Leaf Gardens on Tuesday night. Surprise to a few, I suppose, that he started this game against the Rangers. Domi is to the Ranger line. His pass comes outside the blue line. They've moved it on. The Rangers, Ryan Noonan making the play, then chasing the puck. Noonan taken to the boards. Stewart able to take the man, and the Leafs have cleared it out. Here's Ty Domi at center ice. Hendrickson moving on, but now the play is being called back. Domi pushing a Carpetson. Everything is going to settle down, but we've got a fight outside the blue line as Kirk Muller is involved here with Bill Berg.
Well, these two guys don't do this very often. They seem to be enjoying it. Muller's helmet popped off. I don't know whether that's because he took a punch. Oh!
Wow. The Blue Cedars are giving the decision to Berg. Those folks have been here for a lot of WWF, haven't they? 4-2 Rangers lead on Molson Leaf Hockey.
Your Dalmatian location.
Fighting penalties to Muller and Berg at 7:24 of the second period. Live action from Madison Square Garden. The Rangers back in the Leaf zone, but the play broken up by Ellen. Right back from Bat Sundin and has shot it in. Sundin driving it after it. Samuelson got back. Has cleared it no further than the line. Murphy with a shot. Blocked. Right back to Murphy. Kept it in the zone. Putting it high now to the corner for Gilmore. Up on the play was Clark. A high shot. This one out of play over Murphy's head.
Well, Cousineau's had a tough week. We all can recall how Stéphane Matteau gave him a shot in the head, knocking his helmet off and knocking Cousineau out of the game on this play right here. And then tonight, not long ago, Jeff Ware hammered Bill Berg right into Cousineau, who was on the bottom of a 3-guy pileup, and you wonder whether that's why Muller was upset with Berg, and perhaps was the reason they had the fisticuffs.
18 shots on Cousineau. 4 have slipped by him tonight. The Leafs have had 12 shots on Mike Richter, getting 2 by him. Still nearly 12 minutes to play in the second period. Rangers have cleared the zone. Larry Murphy trying to work across ice to Clark. Kovalev step up into the center ice area, and referee Kerry Fraser has blown the whistle and gone to the penalty box. See what Kerry has called here.
I think it's a delay of the game. We're closing your hand on the puck here by Kovalev, 27, who's meandering over to the penalty box. Let's have a look at it right here. If Rich Kotite could see this move, he'd be bringing Kovalev to the Jet game Sunday afternoon.
He might be the only one there.
Many of their receivers haven't held onto the ball as long as Kovalev held onto the puck there this year.
So true. The Kovalev set off at 8:13. Coley Campbell's team shorthanded for the 3rd time tonight.
There's Coley Campbell's impression of Bob Fulford. Blowing off a little steam. His home record is not something he's proud of, and he wants to make sure they get this one. The Leafs have kind of hung in there and made it difficult, despite the fact they're missing 2 of their seasoned defensemen.
Now Gilmore credited the cross. This is Clark driving on Leach. Hard around the boards. Gilmore gets tangled up with Bookavoom, and the puck is loose now for Clark. Randall Clark spreads things out. The pass off a stick, off Leach, and right back toward Richter's net. This is Ellett. Gilmore couldn't get a stick on it. Clark does. Keeper to Gilmore. Leach on him. Gilmore has kicked it loose for Wendell Clark. It's knocked off his stick, went right to Messier, and the Leafs will have to chase it. Cousineau plays it out to catch the Rangers on a change as Ellett makes a nice pass. Sundin walks in, backhander scores!
Hello, hello, Matt Sundin. And I think you're going to see Marcel Cousineau get his first NHL point. He throws a 68-foot pass to Dave Ellett, who finds Sundin roaring through the middle, and then watch this move. A little bit of a fake to Sundin's right. That held Richter, and then over to the backhand with that quick pair of hands, and in before Richter could say, Matt, what have you done to me?
So Matt Sundin with points now in 11 consecutive games. That's his 17th goal, 3 of them via the power play. And it is scored at 9:59.
Rangers got caught with a bad change, and Cousineau's pass took advantage of some slow Rangers, making the switch on the penalty kill.
Power play goal. It's made it 4-3 Rangers, and 3 times the Leafs have got a 2-goal deficit. Trying to get even. Battle along the boards here. Puck staying in the Ranger zone. All the way down into the Leaf territory where Yushkevich just touched up for an icing call against the New York Rangers.
Well, the Toronto Maple Leafs, they just won't die. The Rangers have had 3 times 2-goal leads and couldn't hold them.
We have another winner in our Travel the World contest. George Ferguson of Belleville entered at AMP.
Used to play for the Leafs.
I thought so, yes. Well, he's won a selection of Ryobi Power Tools and lawn and garden products. Congratulations, George.
George knew he had it before he got anywhere near the net, because Sundin doesn't miss those very often.
I wasn't sure where George was living. Belleville, Ontario, huh? Don't think it's the same George Ferguson, though, do you?
You never know.
Penalty call. It'll be against the Leafs by Craig, I believe, for interference.
When the Leafs won the draw, Craig did a job making sure Robitaille couldn't get out to the point, which is his man in the defensive zone coverage. and he did it with a little too much enthusiasm. And there's the hook right there. Or sorry, Craig on Robitaille as Matt Martin had the puck after the Leafs won the draw. Craig, who had Robitaille and lost it for a second, hooked him off his feet. So the Rangers will have a power play. 10:20 to go in the middle frame.
First bad advantage of the night for Colin Campbell's New York Rangers. Mike Murphy checking his lineup. He's got Sundin and Gilmore up front to start this penalty kill.
Number 1 on the power play at home, the Rangers.
There's Gretzky with a high shot that's blocked by Cousineau, and it went right back to Gretzky, who kicked it. Recovers here in the corner, all the way back to the blue line. Drops it off. Driver fed it across. That's Leach. Back to Driver. Here's Driver. Hard shot, skipped high and wide. Gretzky takes it here on the right wing boards. Giving it to Robitaille. Sundin working him over. Came back to Gretzky. And the Driver into Leach. Leach closing in on the net. Couldn't make the pass. Race for it here. Sundin couldn't get there in time. So the play stays in the Leaf end of the ice as Gretzky works the board. So does Robitaille. Captain to Gretzky, who couldn't center it cleanly. Now Gretzky puts it in front again. Nothing doing there. The Rangers right back on the loose puck. Leach to Driver. In around the boards. Gretzky with it here. Robitaille parked at the side of the net. The pass back to Leach. He fires off the blocker. Stays in play. Rangers all over the Leafs, but not getting many chances, and the Leafs have just cleared it down the ice.
Gretzky got his 105th shot on goal. He leads the Rangers in shots on goal, and that's one thing he hasn't done very often in his career, lead his team in shots.
Well, Murphy stripped Messier and cleared it out. There's Darby Hendrickson shooting into the Ranger zone. Richter out to cut it off. 24 seconds remaining in this penalty kill for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Brian Leach rushes over the line, up the slot. Checked by Murphy, and Cousineau covers the puck.
Well, good play there by Larry Murphy on Leach. Leach is a dangerous customer on the one-on-one rush, and when people spread out and allow him to come right down the middle of the rink like he's doing here, it's really like a bare-naked one-on-one. And you can see that Murphy made sure he didn't step past him after the puck went by him. 29 points to lead all the defensemen scoring. Leach.
You picked up a few words today in that record store you're in, looking at the Bare Naked Ladies albums and CDs. Beginning to worry about you.
I was looking at the albums.
Yeah, and ask if there were any 78s. A shot by Graves is blocked, and the Leafs have cleared it out.
Can you plug those into your radio?
Used to be able to. The penalty against Mike Craig is all over now. 4-3, the Rangers leading the Maple Leafs as Messier failed to hold the pass, and Hendrickson has shot it in deep. Carpets it going back. Down the boards, a block, a chance here. Gilmore can't get it by Richter. Another shot, and they continue to bang away. Rangers taking exception to that.
Carpets tried to lob the puck behind the net. Gilmore intercepted it and walked out in front and nearly tied this game up.
Across Canada.
Karpetsov, who leads this team in plus-minus with a +10, missed half the puck on that pass and gave Doug Gilmore, who jumped in and grabbed it, a chance to score. A good stop by Richter on a bad play by Karpetsov, and then he and Wendell Clark both were penalized for roughing.
Well, some 4-on-4 hockey as they line up deep in the Rangers zone, but Gretzky won the draw. Here's Brian Leach starting out with it. Warner stepped in front of him. Sundstrom took the pass, however. Did get it into the Leaf zone. They regain control. Leach to Gretzky. Back to the point. A drive, change direction on a Boom stick, and over goes Larry Murphy. Indeed, up the far side, got the puck. Warner can't get across the Ranger line. Sundstrom had it knocked off his stick by Murphy. Leach can't play it through Sundin cleanly, but here's Wayne Gretzky. The Leaf line, turn back on Murphy. Flipped it through to Leach. Leach trying to find Gretzky moving up the slot. And to go for the puck. Back to the point. Boom shot turned aside by Cousineau. Murphy gets tangled up with Gretzky, but the Leafs get out of there. Warner with one man back. It's Boom. Coming in on the play is Sundin. Murphy handling it now. And everybody is back. Here is Sundin looking to the point. Gabe Elliott fires one. The knuckleball didn't get to the net. Murphy right back to Elliott. Gabe Elliott with a shoot in. That's Hendrickson going in after it. Boom arrives first. Puck is kicked loose. Rangers have Messier down the right side. Sundstrom is headed for a wrestle. Messier all by himself, waiting for fresh legs. Found Samuelson, and Cousineau went down to block that. That's Matt Martin putting it back in the net for Dimitri Yashkevich. Messier tight on him. Yashkevich will try the other direction. Down the boards through Martin, as it turns out. Lister played it in deep. Messier centers, and it'll go all the way down the ice. The Rangers have moved from where they had been. Now the 15 seconds left in the penalties to Clark and Carpenter. Samuelson steps over center and shoots it in hard. Cousineau has held it up back again for Matt Martin. And to Doug Gilmour. Captain starts out. Penalty boxes have emptied. We're back to full strength. Gilmour's pass partially blocked. Hendrickson with a shoot in here that bounces out in front of the Ranger goal, and Samuelson is back on it. Samuelson. Alexei Kovalev. He found Nemchinov breaking through the Leaf defense. Sergei Nemchinov can't center it. Ware played it to the near boards. Rangers hold it in. Ware going back for it here. Yashkevich, the defense combination at the moment. That's Boom to Leach. Rangers content with a shoot-in. 5.5 minutes to go in the second period. Ware off the boards, got it through Nemchinov. Gilmour has moved it on. Got into the zone by Fairchild. Richter decided to cover up on it, and the Rangers have moved it out. Nowhere for Nemchinov to go. Boom tries the opposite side, and Craig will get back. He's giving it to Ware. Ware pulls up. Turns smartly on Noonan. Cleared out by Martin. In neutral zone here, Lidster with the pass up the near side that's broken up before getting to Flatley. On drive there by Heward is cleared away by the Ranger defense. Trying to move up the boards. Ryan Noonan. Lidster shooting it in. Noonan goes to the far corner. The puck arrives. So does Heward, and now Elliott gets to it. Elliott battling on the boards with Gretzky. The puck controlled by the Rangers until they turned it over. Jamie Baker looks up, lifts it high in the air, and it'll bounce down into the Ranger end of the ice. Leafs are changing. Lidster gets to center. Got it in around the boards. Over goes Doug Gilmour. Gilmour, a little help from Sundin. He's able to spring Wendell Clark. Fires one. Richter got the blocking glove in front of that. Up still in the Ranger zone. That's Clark in the corner. Samuelson on him. Now Carpenter. Trying to play it up the boards. It wouldn't go. The Leafs find Gilmour open in the left wing corner. Gilmour puts it back in the net. That's Matt Sundin. Read up for Wendell Clark. Clark cycles it to the end boards. It's centered out. Gilmour can't find Clark moving to the net. Here's Sundin with it. In deeper to Gilmour. But Gilmour draws a crowd, and then his pass is picked off. Sundstrom tried to get Samuelson loose, and Murphy came back to check him. Rangers thought there should be a penalty on the play, and so did most of this crowd at Madison Square Garden. This is Gilmour dropping it to Sundin, sneaking in on the board, centered, loose puck. Gilmour turns, shoots high and wide. Rebounds to Robitaille, starts down the right side. Lead pass to Messier, broken up nicely by Matt Martin. Martin, lead pass. Here's Wendell Clark. Murphy to his right. Clark shot just wide. Domi pounces on the rebound, but the Rangers give it away. Gilmour a backhander. Another chance. He scores! Gilmour has tied it at 4.
Well, some diligent work there by the Leafs. It wasn't as pretty a goal as sometimes we see Doug Gilmour score, but a lot of determination and hustle gave the Leafs the second chance to put it in after it looked like they were going to score in the first. And Matt Martin makes a great pass right up here to Clark, and away the Leafs go. First of all, that stop. And then Ty Domi centers it out in front, and the Rangers look like they're out of trouble. A backhand shot by Gilmour, and he finds the rebound before Leach knocks him down and puts it in. A goal as a result of some good hustle and hard work. to make it 4-4 with 3:02 to go in the third period.
Gilmore's 6th goal of the season. They've been few and far between. He's had a ton of assists in between. Here's a chance developing. Cousineau. Nice stop off Kovalev. Messier on the loose puck. Domi gets it outside the line and knocked it away from Leach. Domi without a stick, allowing Bookeboom to get back. He gave it away, and Hendrickson shot went high and wide. Christmas has come early in New York. Wow. Very charitable.
The Rangers have been in control of this game about 4 different times and can't keep control of it. Give the Leafs some credit.
Fairchild on the end boards, working with Ty Domi, but there's Mark Messier. That's a Kovalev. Able to get Leach open down the right side. A 2-on-1 rush. Leach holds it, walks right in, still holds on to it. Now a backhander is blocked in a big scramble. The net off, and Kerry Fraser's got a penalty to call. Messier screaming, asking for a penalty shot. And Kerry, in his 1,000th game as a referee in this league, is explaining it all ever so subtly with Ty Domi and Mark Messier. 4-4 on Molson Leaf Hockey. Courtesy of Whirlpool. Gilmore's goal, as you see, unassisted at 16:58.
Here's Leach. She's got more time than you can imagine, and even tries to spin around. What a stop by Cousineau with the glove hand there to take the goal away from Leach, who walked in, stood there, looked at his watch to make sure there was enough time in the period, and then made 3 moves and couldn't beat Cousineau.
Hendrickson takes a hooking penalty. Second power play for the New York Rangers. They're out shooting the Leafs 25-21. Leach keeping the puck in at the Leaf line. Fires one high and wide. Over goes Robitaille. Dropped it back. That's Ryan Noonan. Robitaille trying to get open. Noonan is headed it around the boards for Gretzky. Into Robitaille. Cycled it on. Back of the net. Noonan gives chase. So does Sundin. Sundin took it away from Brian Noonan. Gilmore moves up ahead on the right side. Sundin across the line. Can't get through the defense. Here comes Leach to Gretzky. Gretzky tried to cut inside on Matt Martin. Fed it across to Robitaille. Down the boards. Gretzky waiting for it to arrive. Feeds the point. Got it right back. Deeper to Robitaille. Gretzky. Driver is the lone man back at the point. Gretzky leans into one off the toe of Cousineau's skate. Leach to Robitaille. Gretzky sneaks back to the net. The puck popped loose, and Muller has cleared it high in the air. Gretzky is just now getting back on his skates. Well, he's decided to wait as Kerry Fraser has called the action with the puck going up into the seats, and Wayne in disbelief, isn't he?
Canadian Tire has great prices on everything you need. Plus, earn Canadian Tire money with every cash purchase of merchandise. Canadian Tire. Everyday low prices made better.
We're into the last minute of play of the period, so on the intermission coming up, Jim will talk with Matt Sundin. Top 25 Leaf goals, part of our intermission. A look at the rest of the action around the National Hockey League. Oh, yes, Dirt Devil will bring you Red Hot Trivia, all part of our second intermission.
You don't see Gretzky get hit very often, but Dmitry Yushkevich really knocked him down, and Gretzky complained to Kerry Fraser about that hit. Gretzky's got that flimsy helmet that came off in a hurry.
He, Messier, and a whole bunch of these Rangers have been battling the flu bug for over a week now. Messier dropped the puck back. Karpatsev in deeper. Centered in front of him, right across the front of the goal mouth on Kovalev's pass. Messier sets up back in the net, a la Gretzky, but the Leafs are on him in a hurry. Baker didn't get it out of there. Leach sets up Kovalev. The shot sticks off a skate in front. It is cleared down the ice. Baker heads off after making that clear. 10 seconds remaining in the penalty against Hendrickson. A little more than that remaining in the second period. Mark Messier cruises across the Leaf line, cutting to the left side. The Karpatsev gave it to Leach. His shot got to the net and then cleared away by the defense. Another cross-ice pass. Kovalev to Leach to the side of the net, and it didn't get to Messier. Teams at full strength, and the buzzer is sounded. Wayne Gretzky with the ice bag on the back of his net after that hit by Yushkevich. Or knocked down at least. And the Leafs outscore the Rangers 2-1 in the second period. So after 40 at Madison Square Garden on Molson Leaf Hockey, a 4-4 tie, Leafs and Rangers.
You know what?
18,200 in the seats here at Madison Square Garden. Third period underway. Teams at full strength. Leafs controlling it at their own line. Martin had to reach back before clearing it out. Mark played it up off the boards, but Messier was there and shot one off Sundin. Graves went back. Samuelsson moved up. The defenseman handled it, then turned it over to Sundin. Carpenter back. Cleared it off the boards. They're going to rule that it will not be an icing, so Cousineau is out to handle the puck. Gavage up the boards, too far for Gilmore. Clark at center ice. There's Gilmore. Lifted back. Yuskevich up across the Ranger line. Fired one that Richter seemed to mishandle. I think he felt something else was going to happen, like a shoot-around. Sundin from back of the net. Rangers will lug it out of there, courtesy of Mr. Messier. Messier had Noonan moving up. Leafs get it right out. Boom to shoot it in. First minute is kicked off at the start of this third period. Yuskevich from back of his own goal. Now Dave Ellett has cleared it out through center and all the way down. Far away from Boom, so Richter has come up a long way to play it to the near side of the ice. Sundstrom with a pass through Flatley's skates. Flatley taken to the boards by Ellett. Gretzky can't get to the puck. Muller has trouble clearing it around the boards. Dug loose, and Gretzky had Sundstrom open for a moment. Pass didn't connect.
The Leafs have worked hard to get a chance to get 1 point or 2 in a 20-minute hockey game. 3 times they've been down by 2 goals.
Rangers with a shoot in here. Modine all over his man. The puck went back at the net. Gretzky trying to get it to Flatley. Lidster couldn't keep it in the zone. Lidster and Leach, the defense pairing. Muller in forechecking, and the outlet went to Wayne Gretzky. Flatley to the right, Sundstrom to the left. Sundstrom unable to get to that pass as the Leafs tightened up. Driver handling it here. Toronto native, played most of his career with the Devils, has found Sundstrom and a shoot in. Interesting the way the Rangers pick off some Devils, pick off some Islanders and Healy and Flatley, and just keep the local market abuzz all the time here. Will Smith has done an excellent job over the years. Rangers across the Leaf line with a shot that went wide off Benchinov's stick. Craig can't get it out. A shot from the point is scooped up and held by Cousineau, and there's no further play.
Well, Mark Messier has got a bad wrist, and he may well have aggravated it a little bit. He had a very tough night on faceoffs against Philadelphia. And here he tries to shoot the puck, and you can see the pain in his left hand. And this guy plays through injuries that would keep most people out. But as a center who takes the faceoffs and the best faceoff man for New York, it's not easy to do when you're trying to do it with a hand and a half.
35 years of age now, his 18th season in the National Hockey League. He's going to take this draw. He was beaten on the play by Gilmore.
And he took his left hand off the stick right away, so he's having a little discomfort there. He scored 47 goals last year, Jigs, and went 22 games without a goal. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is. What an athlete.
One of the 3 Hart Trophy finalists last year. And led the team in playoff points. Here he is on the draw. Look how quickly he takes that left hand off his stick. So it's bothering him.
Now Graves is going to take the face off. Messier has come to the left side. Messier is lined up alongside Craig. Fairchild slapped it away from Graves. Ranger defense moved it on up. Noonan has slapped it in around the boards in the Leaf zone. They jab it away from Graves. Race for it here, but the Leafs unable to get to it as Fairchild came up quickly. Now Craig has stepped over the line. Can't shoot it through the skates of Driver. There's a try to score! Warner has given the Leafs the lead.
Well, the Leafs got one break there when the New York defenseman lost his hockey stick. And that's why Bruce Driver lost the stick. 33 here playing without a stick. That allowed the Leaf forward to get much closer. And here comes Warner, who lets a real good shot go by just the left shoulder of Richter. And here's the play I'm talking about. If Driver had a stick, you wonder if he could have cleared that rebound. He can't. And again, some very loose defensive zone coverage. After the puck was blocked, Doug Blitzer really didn't do as good a job as he should have on Warner. It was a 3-on-3 rush that didn't look dangerous. It looked like it was broken up, but the Leafs have the lead for the first time.
The Leafs have been averaging under 3 goals a game.
1.9 on the road this year.
Yeah. They've come to New York and gotten healthy. 5-4, the Leafs leading the New York Rangers as Cousineau has held on to the puck for a faceoff. Still 16.5 minutes remaining in the third. First lead of the night for the Maple Leafs. Todd Warner's second goal of the season. Mike Craig the assist at 3:07. And with the Leafs putting that one in, Arthur Johnson of London is in for a surprise. Having shopped at A&P and using a savings card and automatically being entered and traveled the world, Arthur has won a computer courtesy of Packard Bell.
Well, we talked about Messier and his sore left arm. He's going to the dressing room right here, either to get it retaped or get it looked at by the trainer. I wonder if he'll be back.
Keep an eye on that Ranger bench. And Chinoff working here. Bill Berg and Alexei Kovalev. Kovalev centers. Berg tipped one that was blocked neatly by Cousineau. Randall Clark has cleared the zone. Rangers quickly move it through center ice. Berg snaps one that misses the net. Ware lining up Nemchinov. Clark couldn't get to the puck. Berg does. Bill Berg, who has a goal in tonight's game, puts it on the far boards. Now it's centered. Kovalev gave it away. Ware is checked and then hauled down, and the Leafs are quick to help out. Gavich clearing it up all the way down into the Ranger end of the ice. First man back, Carpetzev. Behind Samuelson here on the left wing boards. And a shot in. Muller getting it in deep. Muller playing with Hendrickson and Domi. So Domi and Samuelson were out together briefly. Samuelson has gone for a rest now as Ty Domi shoveled it up ahead. Here's Darby Hendrickson. He's had a goal tonight. The Leafs don't get it in deep, and Brian Noonan brings it back. Ousted wide of Cousineau's goal. Larry Murphy turned it to right wing. Didn't get to Domi. The shot from Graves was well off the mark, and the puck is loose back at the Ranger blue line. Bukaboon clipped one that hit one of the linesmen. Now gets into the Ranger zone. Kirk Muller around the end boards. Domi was well covered. Adam Graves will get it out for New York. He's given it to Wayne Gretzky, who turns it over, and Dave Ellett feeds it cross ice. Dmitry Yashkevich playing it down into the Ranger end. Both teams changing up here. Domi had a little pushing match with Graves. They were both trying to head to their respective players' benches. Everything is as normal as Gretzky got it across the line, and the Leafs will get it out quickly. Here's Todd Warner on the rush. Moving up with them. Fairchild has gone to the front of the net. Got a stick on it, then he is run into the Ranger net courtesy of Blackley.
Well, the Leafs are playing with some physical enthusiasm ever since they got the lead here in the third period.
Nice to see, isn't it? The Rangers jump on a loose puck. Cutting in off the wing. Graves is denied. Now a shot goes wide. It was Flatley, excuse me, not Graves. Flatley, number 8, working on the end boards. The puck tied up over on the far side of the ice. But it's still in play, Kerry Fraser says. Rangers able to control it. No, got it back to the point, and that is sailed up into the seats.
Well, we saw Mark Messier leave with a sore wrist. He hurt it Wednesday night against Philadelphia. And here's how he hurt it. A collision with Lindros and his own teammate, Ulf Samuelsson. Messier, you can see right there, in a lot of pain. And here he is on the bench. This is the game against Philadelphia. And then tonight, trying to dump the puck right here on a little shoot-in past Sundin. Again, he gives you the same little motion with that left hand. He played another shift after that. He went to the bench, had some ice on it, and then went to the dressing room.
That man's team is trailing the Toronto Maple Leafs 5-4. 14 minutes remaining to play in the third period. Here is Matt Sundin. He's extended his point-scoring streak tonight. Leafs have shot it in. Clark going in deep. Wendell Clark holding his ground on the end boards. Jabs the puck around to the far side. Kovalev has tipped it out of the zone, and back goes Yashkevich. Dmitry Yashkevich cleared it out away from Godot. Kovalev off balance is able to recover the puck, and then Clark got knocked down. Oh, ran over top of him. But inside the Leafs zone, controlled by Sundin. Works on carpet sand. Fires. Richter got it up the back. What a play by Sundin. Now the Rangers with a long pass, and Kovalev is across the line. Berg coming in late. Kovalev left it. Berg's backhander. Quick save. The rebound off the post and up the other side. Kovalev will get to it. Gardens was about to erupt. Here's Leach with a drive. Grabbed and held by Marcel Cousineau. Rangers with some pressure. Cousineau has held them off the board. It's 5-4 Rangers on Molson Leaf Hockey.
Great savings events from Bell are back. The 50-meter
goal, Leaf lead, and he got a little luck as Nemchinov's shot that looked like was going in went off the post, and Sundin got it out of the way in a hurry to take the pressure off. Messier's back like we knew he would be.
Gretzky on this drawn. A long shot off the left point by Leach is denied. Harry Murphy spins one up the near side. Didn't get it to Domi in time, but now Murphy has carried it out of the zone. Here's Darby Hendrickson with a shot from the point. Richter's got it to the catching glove.
Well, I really admire the Leafs get up and go tonight. We haven't seen very much play like we're seeing tonight on the road by Toronto. They've played some games at home like this, but on the road here, this is clearly their best game.
The closed captioning of this period is brought to you by the UAP Napa Ultimate Battery Sale. Held over where you say UAP Napa, the right brand for the job. Yes, it is the coolest game on earth. Madison Square Garden had been rocking earlier tonight, but now the home team trails 5-4.
This may be the worst rink in the league for a home team to fall behind. These fans turn on you quickly and noisily.
No way ever. Sunday night they were chanting for more goals and then got into the refund chant in the third period with their team up by 4 or 5 against the Montreal Canadiens.
Well, any night that you find it hard to pick out a player who hasn't made a bit of a contribution either physically or hustling or offensively, that team usually ends up having a chance to win, and I think that's pretty true at Toronto tonight. Coley Campbell doesn't look very happy at all. Messier, this is the first shift back since he went to the dressing room to get his wrist looked at. My guess is they retaped it, but he's not taking the draw. Here's Neil Smith, the manager of the Rangers, told me he wasn't sure what kind of a team the Rangers had, and I don't think tonight's performance helped them in that department.
It'll be hard to sort it out. Sundstrom taking the face-off for the Rangers, and now he's come to the left side here. Fitzgerald has forced the puck to the Ranger blue line, but not over the line, and Sundstrom is able to feed it up. Got it right back from Flatley. Messier trailing, has the puck here, left it, and the drive goes wide of the net. Messier settles, and Cousineau dives on that puck.
Well, Cousineau saved a real problem there because there were no Leafs in front of the net, and Pat Flatley was all alone, but couldn't get to the puck before Cousineau did. And here's what I'm talking about right here. Now, Messier knows that Flatley, 2 Leafs go behind the icing line to take Messier, leaving Flatley all alone, and Cousineau quickly grabs it to prevent the shot.
A couple of wily veterans. You saw Flatley first. Messier. You know that Gretzky's in there.
Rangers have a team similar to Toronto in age. Among their best players, they are on the upside of their career, and I know they're worried about the size of their team in their own Eastern Conference, playing New Jersey or Washington or Florida, Philadelphia, all bigger, especially at forward, than the Rangers are.
Yeah, the question is, when you get around to April, into a 7-game series, play those teams every other night, are you big enough, strong enough to handle them?
And you may be able to get away against one of them, but then you have another one who's just as big as your next opponent.
5-4, Leafs leading the Rangers. We're at Madison Square Garden. Global's got the 539th regular season meeting between these two original 16s. Gilmore met solidly by Samuelson, but Clark puts the puck in front. The Ranger defense able to clear it away. Battle here is won by Wendell Clark. Into the corner. Sundin put it back in the net. This is Doug Gilmore. Gilmore battling to keep it away from Carpetzer. Leafs regain control. Wendell Clark comes out in front, jams it toward the net under Richter, and no further play. The net up and off.
Well, you know, the Leafs don't have a big set of forwards either, and they've given the Rangers all kinds of trouble on the defensive zone coverage. And many times the Rangers have selected the right guy but couldn't handle him. And here's what I'm talking about. Nemchinov can't handle Clark on the one-on-one. And Clark walks out and nearly scores to put the Rangers down 2.
Still 10 minutes, 42 seconds left in this third period.
We want to make it perfectly clear. You'll find guaranteed low prices at your Canadian Tire store every day. If you find a better price anywhere, we'll match it. Guaranteed.
Wayne Gretzky winning the faceoff for the New York Rangers. That's Brian Leach. Leach up the middle to Gretzky. Graves is on the left side. Leafs able to regain control. Kurt Muller can't get through center ice. Rangers get the play back onside. Noonan was the last man out of the zone, and now Graves has shot it in. Boy, that was an anxious moment for Cousineau, wasn't it?
One thing about Madison Square Garden, if you're a goaltender, do not trust the boards or the glass. I don't know whether it's because they have all kinds of events in here or whether the glass is put in differently than most rinks. But when the puck gets up on the glass or it goes around the boards and hits one of these gates, you don't know where it's going to go, and Cousineau is nearly a victim of that.
They had a function here last night, a fundraiser that went an hour longer than it was supposed to. It was scheduled to be finished at midnight. It went till 1. That didn't give them the usual amount of time to get the ice ready. The Leafs were the only team to skate here this morning.
Rangers never skate here the day of the game. They stay in at their rink in Rye, New York, and then come down after practice for a game meal and then stay down for the afternoon and play the game.
Gretzky on the dry here, but Larry Murphy has played it around for Dave Emmett. Kurt Muller on the tie. Domi working on Brian Leach. Trying to drive outside of him. Spun it toward the net, and the pad save turned in by Richter. Muller puts it on the end boards. Domi with it here. Looks for somebody to get open in front. Everybody choked out. Domi comes out in front and put it right across the goal mouth. So Alan Graves will knock it out for the Rangers. Gretzky up on the play with him. Shoot in by Graves. Gretzky pushed to the corner by Ellett, but Graves got to it, centered. The defense was in and couldn't regain control, and Muller is out of there. 4 Leafs moving up, 1 man back. Muller crosses, and it didn't get to Murphy. The Rangers trying to come up the right wing board. The play broken up. Leafs regained control, then lost it. Ronald changing up. Lidster got to the Leaf line where the play was broken up. Here's Bruce Stryber. Right side for Flatley. The shoot-in didn't work, and then Flatley is bumped off the puck. Leafs play a long cross-ice pass. Stryber went back. Now just about 9 minutes to play in the third period at Madison Square Garden as Sundstrom chases the puck in the Leaf zone. Skated back ahead of them, around toward Mike Craig. This is the line that scored the big goal, giving the Leafs the 5-4 lead. Fairchild has shot it in deep. That bounced off the side of the Ranger goal. Carpets it with it back of the net. Messier handling it now. Messier, long lead pass, blocked at the Leaf line. Now Sundstrom gets over the line and is checked. Matt Martin lugs it out to center ice. Faked the long shot and then just easily tapped it down as the Leafs go for a player change after getting it in deep. Oh, Samuelson, Sundstrom into the far corner. Flatley in after it. Flatley centering pass picked off, but a nice play by Dave Emmett. Ellett with an outlet. Larry Murphy works it on. That's Gilmore tugging at him is Bookeboom. Big Jeff Bookeboom, who has heard a lot of boos early in the season here. A little better the other night. Leafs are over the line. It's Wendell Clark coming in. Richter wants to make the save. 8 minutes, 7 seconds left in the third period on Molson Leaf hockey. Our good friend Dougie Moore, who passed away recently. Doug was the man put jet ice in here and worked so hard to make this a better ice surface. The Leafs trying to get a 2-goal lead, and Richter stopped them twice. Now Kovalev gave it away to Larry Murphy. The outlet missed Sundin, also missed by Carpetzer. Carpetzer looks up ice, banked one off the boards. Too far for Luc Robitaille. It's rolling wide of the Leaf net. Ellett got there before an icing call could be made. Turned it around the boards, and over goes Nemchinov. Allen coming back. Gets into Robitaille. Kovalev gets a stick on it for the Rangers. Back to Samuelson. Mishandled it. And shot it at Sundin, who's kicked it up to the stick. He and Clark across the line. The play broken up. Clark can't get to it. Robitaille getting it back in deeper, and this is Samuelson. Keep changing up as the Rangers beat along past the Robitaille. Up in didn't work, and the Leafs got it right back into the Rangers zone. Leafs hustling after it. Domi got a piece of them, and Hendrickson moved into him, and it came back to the point for a shot. Richter the save. Muller feeds the point man. Matt Martin. Got it around the boards. Domi comes to the near corner. In deeper to Muller. Gretzky took it away from him, then put it right out in front of the net. Bookeboom had to give chase. Yeah, Bookeboom just shooting it all the way down to Marcel Cousineau, recognizing needs a player change. This could be delay of the game. The Ranger bench screaming.
Now, they'll always give you one warning, especially Kerry Fraser. He'll walk in there and say to Cousineau, you know, young fella, I'd like you to move the puck. He won't do it right away. He's going over now. And he's talking to him right now, telling Cousineau, look, you got that stick, he's saying, use it. Put the puck down and shoot off into one of the two corners. The New York Rangers have made a multitude of giveaways at the Leaf blue line. And the Leafs have taken advantage of it 5 or 6 times, and a couple of goals has resulted from it.
6 minutes, 37 seconds to play in the third period at Madison Square Garden. Trouble with Coley Campbell. His team had a very difficult stretch, going 1 win, 7 losses, and a tie. Were outscored by only 5 goals. Part of that is due to their big 8-3 win one night in Pittsburgh. Then they have bounced back. Cleaned up nicely on the road trip. Came home and beat the Montreal Canadiens. Got a tie with Philadelphia the other night. Warner with a shot. A rebound. Craig was there and couldn't get a good drive away. Wayne Gretzky puts it in the middle, but Fairchild was back for the Leafs. Leafs came over. Craig forcing it deeper in his own end. Took him to the boards nicely. Puck up the wing, and a long pass by Graves is going to result in an icing call against the New York Rangers. Oh, the Bluebirds are coming off the roost now, Harry.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Everybody in the Leaf organization, except the 3 young defensemen that were going to play tonight, I think were quite concerned about how well they could play. And these 3 guys, most especially Matt Martin and Jeff Ware, and to a lesser degree Heward, because he hasn't played it much, have really done a nice job. And Ware has added a physical dimension to the Leaf defense that they've been looking for all year.
This is his 10th game. All that means, I mean, he can still be sent back to junior. That's not a problem. All they lose is 1 year of protection of Jeff Ware in the waiver draft or any protection necessary.
Well, he's supposed to go and play for the Canadian junior team or try and make that team. If he plays like this, he's going to be watching it with you and I on television.
I think so. Played very well in the Leaf victory over the Vancouver Canucks after having sat out several games in a row. Worked hard again tonight. That's all you can ask. Here's Mark Messier. At the left side, Godot centered, and coming back smartly was High Domi. To Hendrickson, who has cleared it high and down into the Ranger zone. It's got enough on it to result in a night game. There are the numbers. 5-4 Leafs. 5 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the third period.
Well, the New York Rangers' goals against has been the dominant statistic in the last 8 games. In the last 4 games, they're 3-0-1. Coming into tonight, they'd allowed 6 goals against, 1.5 per game. In the previous 4, they were 1-3-0, and they'd allowed 16 goals in those 4 games. And they're into that over 4 goals a game against mode tonight. And they're threatening to get beaten trying it.
Gilmore is ready to take the draw against Graves. Graves won it. It's fed back. Bookeboom didn't get it to the net. But Ryan Leach covers up at center ice. Long shot off the boards. Martin cleared it away from Messier. Wendell Clark beating Sundin over on left wing. Leach stepped into the passing lane and cleared that out. Martin went back. Rangers offside at the Leaf line once they regained control and brought it in.
The Leafs have to be careful, and they've been pretty good at this tonight after the first period especially. Get it deep as you're heading into the Ranger zone. if you haven't got a little bit of speed and at least outnumber the Rangers or no less than even, then I think you're better off to get it in behind the net so you know you're going to have at least 2 forwards back to help the defenseman, because these Rangers, if they catch you in an odd man rush to the neutral zone, they can burn you with it.
On the dry here, Rangers controlling, and now Samuelson has shot one high up into the seats. Some of the folks leaving Madison Square Garden. Toronto leads 5-4. 5 different Leafs have scored in this game as they have gone over the Rangers 5-4 and under 5 minutes to play at Madison Square Garden. Goals by Modine, Hendrickson, Sundin, Gilmore, and Warner. While we have a moment, our best wishes for a happy Hanukkah season. The Festival of Lights began last evening. 8 days, the city, like Toronto, observing Hanukkah. The Rangers are going to make a late change, and Mike Murphy observing that. He's getting Yushkevich and Martin off the ice and changing his defense pairing to Ellen and Murphy.
This game's got to be a little special to Murphy. He coached here in New York as the assistant coach for 2 years, and this is the first time he's played his old team.
Well, he's got 4:44 left in regulation time. Same 2 teams tomorrow night. Maple Leaf Gardens, Sundin, Duellet, and that's tipped out of play. Rangers currently have a 4-game win streak over the Toronto Maple Leafs, winning 4 in a row. Historically, though, the Leafs have always done well against the Rangers. Oh, yeah, there were some pretty bad New York Ranger teams at one time. But the Leafs with a career win record of 252, only 191 losses. And the Leafs have won in the combination of Madison Square Gardens in the city 101 times. Trying to make it 102. Not won in their last 4 visits here, 0-3-1, dating back to December 19th, 1990, 6 years ago. That's a couple of weeks. Long pass into the center ice area. The Rangers have shot it in, and it's called back. Clock stopped with 4 minutes and 11 seconds to play.
Well, this is the first of 4 games in 5 nights for the Leafs, and Mike Murphy has played pretty well the whole bench. I don't think Craighead's had much of a shift, if any at all, and Heward hasn't played a lot either, but the rest of them have played quite a little bit. Fairchild probably a little less, but he's been out there a couple of times. But this, if they win this game, this will be a nice feeling because they've had lots of contributors. 4:09 to go. It's not over yet.
Greatest team game in the world. 5 different guys in the team tonight scoring goals. And here comes Brian Leach for the Rangers. Across the Leaf line, made the pass. Nice stop by Cousineau off Graves, who then Leach went to the net and knocked it off. Play continues. Clock continues to run, and now Kerry Fraser has stopped the clock. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left.
Well, the net was off on the right angle, but the one thing you can't do when this kid Leach gets the puck is think you're going to poke check him. There's 2 attempted poke checks. Leach was chuckling to himself as he walked by, and he goes to the net and is knocked down and knocks the net off, and it went 8 or 10 seconds off before Kerry Fraser noticed it and blew the whistle. He's the kind of a guy who can break up a game coming late on the rush.
Oh, yeah. Out of Avon Old Farms. What a beautiful facility that is. Now used by the Hartford Whalers as their practice facility. In a pretty area of the U.S. Graves centering. Messier is on the left side. That wrist obviously bothering him a great deal. Graves won the face-off, and Bukaboom got to it. Got it hard around the glass. Messier centered. That's cleared away smartly by Martin. Messier held it in. This is Kovalev dancing in and shot it outside the net. Bukaboom plays it in deeper. Loose here in the near corner. Look at the battle to get to the puck. Trying to move it up the boards. Leafs trying to get it out of there. Kovalev in control. Again putting on a skating exhibition and puck handling and shooting, only to have it blocked. Leach shoot it down the ice. Richter will come out to play it. Then decides to let it go to get an icing call and a face-off deep in the Leaf end. 3 minutes and 6 seconds left in the third.
Well, Kovalev may be the most dangerous Ranger forward. When he gets the puck in the offensive zone, he can make quick turns, and he may have been hurt on that play. Going to the bench in a fair amount of pain. He's been a bit of an enigma to the Rangers because it looks like he could be a big-time goal scorer, but hasn't. But this is what he can do. This is what he can do in the offensive zone. Twist and turn. Finally, he lets the shot go.
Now they're checking his left wrist, and the Rangers have tied it off the faceoff. .303 to go. The New York Rangers have tied this at 5-5. In a goal that came just seconds after the defensive zone faceoff to the right of Cousineau. Gretzky might have tipped the Samuelsson shot. And here it is. The puck goes back. Gretzky tips it. That'll be number 12 of the season for Wayne Gretzky. 2 of them tonight. We told you, we recited the numbers earlier, the damage he's done in games against the Maple Leafs over the years. And into tonight's game with 134 points in 56 games, has picked up 3 more. 5-5 tie. Now under 3 minutes to go, but here's Sundin at the Leaf line. Got it right back. Clark with it here. Shoots, hit the pipe. Off the post, Richter without a stick. Has it again now as Wendell Clark gives it to Gilmore. Gretzky on him. Puck comes loose. The Rangers able to move it out. Bill Berg here on the left side. Berg puts it in the far corner. That rebounded to Sundstrom. In front to Berg. Checked. Sundin to Gilmore. He ran headfirst into Sundstrom, and the puck ends up back at the net, only to be cleared by Cousineau. Leafs move it up. 2-on-2 as they break out. Clark controlling it. Sundin on the left. Clark cuts inside on Leach and then falls, and Sundstrom moves it out. This is Messier. Leach jumps up with him. 2 Leafs back. Leach with the puck. To Messier. Has to turn back. Is checked by Martin, and the Leafs able to clear it. Under 2 minutes to go in regulation. Messier got it back to his own zone, and now to Leach. To Graves. Trying to cut through the defense. He'll get a shot. Cousineau makes the stop.
The Leafs are one of 3 teams who, in the National League this year, who have not played an overtime game. And they are 148 if nobody else scores from playing their first. And here's the goal. Gretzky gets it back. Gilmore leaves Gretzky and goes to try and block the shot. Samuelsson gets it past Gilmore, and Gretzky tips it in. That goal at 16:57 of the third period, tying the game at 5-5. The Leafs had held the lead since 3:07 when Warner got them a 5-4 bulge. We're at 5-5 with Graves set to take the face-off. Muller beat him on the draw. Gaby round to the far side. Hendrickson has poked it out of the zone. It's rolling deep into the Ranger end with no icing call to be made. Domi in for checking. Came to the side of the net for Bookabove. Put up the right side, and now on to Messier. Messier to Leach. Graves moving in with him. Leach is pulled up. Now shoots one that didn't get to the net. Messier tapped it wide. Big chance set up for the Rangers, but they were unable to finish it. Well, the New York Rangers have a lot of guys on their team, and especially Leach, who can break up a hockey game. And here goes Leach right here. Nice play by the Leaf defenseman Matt Martin to make sure he didn't get the outside on him. But you can see Messier roared in off the left wing and just couldn't find the handle, or this game would have been 6-5. I'd put a man on Leach, I really would. Not when he's sitting on the bench, although that wouldn't be too bad an idea either. But he's the most dangerous Ranger, I think, on the rush.
The Rangers have had 42 shots on goal tonight. The Maple Leafs have had 33. 14 of those shots for New York coming here in the third period. Only one of them getting by Cousineau. That tied it at 5-5 as Elliott worked it up the boards. Wendell Clark. Berg is on him. Gilmore is there. Gary Fraser lets them play till now. Sounding that it's frozen, and it sure was.
Well, the referee always yells, move the puck. Now, the defensive player knows if he can't move it to one of his own players and just moves it, he's badly penalized. The offensive player, even if the other team comes up with it, they got 180 feet to go to the other net. So move the puck to the defensive player might mean you made a mistake.
Long shot toward the net was blocked by Murphy, and the Leafs are out of there. Gilmore got it up to Sundin, who dumped it in deep. Samuelson back. On the boards, Gretzky comes out on the left side, cuts into the middle. Dumped it back. Boom has shot it in deep. Gilmore is there to play it off the boards. Didn't get it to Sundin, but it bounced away from Gretzky. He recovered, and Sundstrom has shot it in. Time remaining in regulation the third period. Oh, Gretzky working back to the net. They score! Bill Berg!
Cousineau gets tangled up with Murphy, and neither one of them get the puck. And we all know that Wayne Gretzky can make all kinds of plays from behind the net. So Cousineau, Murphy, and Elliott got fouled up on this play. Here's Cousineau. It hits Murphy. Elliott goes in and doesn't take Gretzky. Gretzky gets it out in front. Both Leafs defensemen are behind the net with Gretzky when Berg puts it in. Here's another look. Gilmore should have looked over his shoulder. He would have seen Berg. He didn't. And as usual, about 4 mistakes end up in 1 goal.
Berg's second of the season. Both of them scored tonight. 4 points for Wayne Gretzky. 2 goals, 2 assists, 6-5 Rangers, 26.2 tenths of a second left in the third period.
Mike Murphy's called a timeout so he can take a 26-second run at trying to tie this game up. But the Toronto Maple Leafs, who had played a very fine third period, in the last 5 minutes have given the game back to the Rangers, although the Rangers did get quite determined and have been skating harder and working harder in the last 5 minutes than they were in the middle 35.
And the same 2 tomorrow night back in Toronto. And the Leafs go to Chicago for a game Monday and are home Tuesday with the New Jersey Devils, the first of 4 and 5 days. Former Maple Leaf Bill Berg comes back to haunt tonight. Cousineau is about 20 feet outside the goal crease. Here is Sundin shooting it in. Cousineau has gone to the bench for an extra attacker. Samuelson up the board. Didn't get it out. Jam up here up against the wall, and now the play called as the puck is frozen. Face off at the Ranger end with 13.4 ticks of the clock left.
Well, this is what the Leafs want, an offensive zone face-off. The goalie's clearly out. They have to win the draw. If they do win it, they've got lots of time with 13 seconds left. Even if they lose it, if they pounce on the Ranger that gets the lost draw, they still have time to cause a turnover. I know Cousineau's feeling badly now because he had that puck, and if he'd have got it up around the boards and away from the net area, the score may still be tied.
Gilmore and Graves on the face-off. Sundin is playing the left point, Murphy the right. Hendrickson and Clark to the left of Gilmore. The other forward is Kurt Muller playing the right side. Now he'll go in to take the face-off as Gilmore is waved out. So was Graves, and Sundstrom is on the draw now for the Rangers. The Leafs get the puck. Murphy to Sundin for a shot in the crowd in front. It comes back to Murphy. Fires and just missed. Sundin has to race for it, but got it outside the line, and it's going to be a 6-5 Ranger victory. Long shot wide of the empty net. What a comeback for the Broadway Blues.
Well, Gretzky's one of his favorite teams to play against are the Leafs, and 4 points tonight. And at the end, he made the difference, as he so often has. The Leafs worked hard, played hard, but in the last 5 minutes, died mentally.
The Rangers win it 6-5. The three-star selection coming up in just a moment.
If your kids could...
Welcome back. Time now for our Molson three-star selection. The number 3-star, Darby Hendrickson. The number 2-star, the game winner from Bill Berg, set up by the number 1-star, Wayne Gretzky, who feeds off the Maple Leafs. Final score here tonight, Rangers 6, Maple Leafs 5. You're watching Molson Leaf Hockey on the Global Television Network. Stay with us.